Hey, let's go. Welcome back into the trade room, your round 2 super coach review. Gonna have a quick look at how I went for the week. Have a look at also how my team went. Have a look at sort of how much sort of cash I'm looking to sort of gain after round 3, and then just gonna do a quick review of the games of the 8 games over the weekend from a super coach point of view, listing through the key players, what I know is what I think is really valuable, what I think is really important heading into round 3 as well. Give you sort of, I guess, a few tips here and there, playing for, I think 4 or 5 years now. Just sort of see where my head is at, heading into round 3. Obviously, we've got price rises happening for the first time after this week, which is very, very important. Probably one of the more, I guess, important weeks of the year, not from a scoring perspective, but just in terms of getting your cheapies right before, there's going to be a lot of cheapies that make 100k plus this week. So it's just trying to nail them and obviously get that cash generation going, but making sure also the 18 players that you still have going for this week is still going to be valuable enough to still get you a really solid score. So for me this week, for Galvin and the Chipmunks, 1,319. Moved me up nearly 5,000 spots into the top 14k there. Honestly, you'll see who I captain. It feels like I probably could have scored a lot better. Again, I didn't really have any disasters. I don't have Ponga. I didn't have like Taylor May. I didn't have to deal with the Drinkwater situation. I've got like Harry Grant. I've got Nathan Cleary. I've got Payne Haas. I've got a lot of good players like in my team. It's just I haven't nailed my captaincy 2 weeks in a row, which is very frustrating. I haven't even nailed my VC 2 weeks in a row, which again is very frustrating compared to some. Whether it's me I'm trying to overthink it, whether just like I just don't believe in taking a safe score, I'm not quite sure. It's just I feel like if I got a captain right the last 2 weeks, I could have got another easily 100 points out of both my weeks. So look, to be in the position where I'm in, I really actually like where my team is sitting heading into round 3, which I'll show you now. I actually don't have, I looked today, I think I have 13 players that have a minus break even. So if you are new to Supercoach, obviously you'll see now players will have a minus break even. You'll see the BE minus 11. That just means that they're going to straight up make cash. Even if they score 0, they're going to make cash. Even if they score 1, just get on the field. They're going to make cash heading into this week, which is exactly what you want heading into round 3. After round 3, you should try and generate as much cash as you can for the next couple weeks, even few weeks, to try and really obviously trade up to some guns, fallen guns, or honestly, these cheapies are playing absolute stellar at the moment. It's just whether it can honestly keep up for the rest of the year. But there's definitely a lot of players on here that I'm really happy with, and only a couple players at the moment I'm probably potentially looking at trading out. Also, I didn't trade last week. I generally don't trade in round 2 because anything can happen in round 1. I just want to see if players can back up their big scores, and I just want to see if players can bounce back from a bad score as well. You don't lose any cash. You don't make any cash as well. Really good opportunity just to see how they go for 2 weeks in a row before you consider trading them out. And also we get a good look at who we can potentially trade in as well heading into round 3. So I'll turn SC Plus off for this one. Let's just have a look at my score. As I said, 13-19. We start off at the top here. Harry Grant, 108. He's he's awesome. So glad we started. Best hooker in the game, in my opinion. Didn't end up playing Marnie, which I'm glad I didn't. I didn't even play 80. Looked pretty awful out there in a pretty bad Cowboys outfit as well. Payne Haas turned up on Thursday, 103. Didn't put the VC on because I just thought if he scores, he probably goes 100. And then whether it's a loopable score, I'm not quite sure. Keon, 66. Again, just shits out base scores for fun. Trey Mooney, 64. Good minutes. Again, really happy with how Trey Mooney is looking. Yeah, Arama Howe, I didn't even play him, but 55. Going to make cash for me, which I think if he gets named, hopefully, I'd say he will. Here's where it's a bit, how you going? Because these are probably the 2 guys I am probably looking at trading out or close to at the moment. You got Gus Crichton, 53, which is all in base, but just didn't look very interested out there, which I find really odd. Isaiah Yo as well, 63, and he played about 65 minutes as well. And he's already confirmed that he's not going to play 80 minutes pretty much a game for the foreseeable future, which is, I guess, kind of what we've got Yo for. Yo plays 80, he probably gets 80 points, right? Goes at generally around a point per minute. And like, he's not ever going to go 40, but he's not ever going to go like that 70 plus or have the potential going 80 plus even. He's just going to go literally around six. I think he got 63 last week as well. I think this is exactly what you expect out of ASIO. There's a lot of cheapies at the moment that are playing really darn well. Fafita at 67, 485k. It's going to make cash. If you didn't start with Fafita, I don't know what you're doing. Play Lucile Lua, who I absolutely love. 420k, shut out a 62 base and power. Feels like so close before he's going to score. I just know it, and he's going to go 90 plus, if not 100 plus. He went 56 in Vegas, and he had conceded a couple penalties as well, and didn't really feel like he did anything. 62 against the Storm, I'll happily take. Noah Martin didn't end up playing. I did start with Noah Martin, so did not have to trade him in. 66 for him as well. My nuff is James Walsh, who undecided what I want to do with Walsh this week, whether I just want to try and generate as much cash. If I do, I just don't actually have a looping option. That's my only problem. Halfback Cleary, 109. Just feel like he's an absolute gun. You just want to have Nathan Cleary in your team. You did that so easily as well. Dan Atkinson, 59. Going to make cash as well, which you love to see. Outscored Ethan Sanders. So if you're someone that went Atkinson to Ethan Sanders last week, I don't know what you're doing. Again, just let Atkinson. I spoke about it. Just see how Atkinson goes in his second game. First game at home against a tough outfit in the Storm. And he had 2 killer assists as well. Cody Walker, 34. Had 3 errors and he conceded 4 penalties as well. He was very disappointing. I'm expecting a big bounce back. You take away that from him, probably I think he gets like 46, 48 from Cody Walker. So I'm not worried about Cody Walker. Jonah Pezzett, 82. Now, I never even would have considered playing Jonah Pezzett against the Broncos, not in a million years, but good to see he will be making cash. Anyone that went Pezzett to Walker or Pezzett to Trindle, absolutely paying the price at the moment. This is why we don't trade in round 2. CTW is Latrell, 84. Absolute must-have, I think, at the moment. Greg Margie, 56 with a try. Now, this is an interesting one with Marzu because I absolutely love Marzu, but you take away that try, it's probably like 30 or so in base, which is pretty low for him. He got no ball on the left in the second half. I'm willing to give it another chance with Fletcher Sharp going to be potentially at fullback or on that left side. I'm willing to give it another chance. Maybe his base steps up. I just want to see him get more ball. Scored a try both in Vegas and here. I think Vegas, he went 70 plus, and now he's gone 56 with a line break try, which is very concerning. Maccassini, 48, all base and power. Not worried. He'll get ball. Just hardly got any on that left center, but still got 48. Tom Chesser, 74. Very happy with him. Going to make a bulk of cash if he gets named tomorrow or named today when you're listening to this. I just praying he does with layback back. I think he's been really good though. Stephen Cryan obviously had to buy fine money, ended up playing him. I was expecting a really high scoring affair against the Dolphins. Didn't end up happening. Still got 44, which I'm really happy with, and didn't play a steady 2 for his 27. Here it is. I captained Keeney, which is like a 0.1% option this week. I thought there would be a chance. High scoring. It was the highest total I've ever seen for an NRL match. I thought it could be very high scoring. I just thought, even if he contributes to 1 try, he's at least going 80 plus. And you think, at worst, I'll take 80. At absolute worst for a captain. But potential, but going 150 with his Dolphins defense. 56. He was on 56 with like 20 minutes to go. Got a little bit of a bump to the ankle or knee, I think it was, and just kind of halted him for rest. He just hardly got any ball. So you'll see, like, if I chose Cleary as a captain, or like I went Haas as a VC, that's another 50 points that's gone begging there. That's just Supercoach. Surefire logo, very, very happy I started with it and played him, obviously 155, which is so freaking goated. So 4 tons from me this week. Like, I literally can't complain. I think my team is really solid. Sammy Walker, 51. Again, one of the only players that is probably not going to be making cash, or will not be making cash for me in the next week. 51, put the DC on him, just being a bit disappointing. Like, if we go to list and we have a look at my break evens, you'll see here, like, I've got a lot of minus break evens. Sewell, minus 110. Noel Minor, minus 103. Tom Chester, minus 68. Aron Mahal, minus 38. Fine Money, minus 35. 32 minus. Pezzett, minus. Mooney, minus. Atkinson, minus. Cody Walker's, minus. Harry Grant's, minus. Latrell, 0. Makasin obviously has one more game to play, or two more games to play essentially, but he's 2. Fafita 18, Leilua 18. And then these are kind of probably players that aren't going to make too much cash next week. We've got like Mani, Keeney will make a little bit. Marzu, maybe not. Kolomatangi, but he's not there for me to make cash. Isaiah Yo, same thing, not really there to make cash. Angus Crichton, Nathan Cleary, Payne Haas, and then Sammy Walker. So very interesting just where I'm looking at so far for this week. I'll give you potentially some trade thoughts at the end, but let's get started on some reviews. Let me just move my camera over. Perfect. So we had, let's just move the screen over as well. Broncos and Eels, obviously 40-32 from the Eels. Very high scoring affair in this one. Had Payne Haas in this one. Like I said, didn't put the VC on Payne Haas, which is, would I have looped Payne Haas? Probably, just honestly early on to take the points. Like, probably. I mean, whenever you can take a 200 plus captain score early on, I get it. It's PVL ball. You probably just take it. Reece Walsh, 99. Very solid. That was with 2 tries. He went quite in the middle 20, but just thought he probably could have scored better. Renault, 98, although he's injured, but hardly anyone owns him. Carrigan, 83, which is very good for owners, which is actually quite a bit of ownership early on. 15% owned, so owners will be happy. I got Stags, 59 with 2 tries. Man, 50, a bit of a pot option. And then it kind of drops down from a bit there. Karapani, not very good. He's going to high break 132. I feel like we're going to be able to get on these Broncos wingers, potentially even centers in a few rounds when the price drops. Like Super Saki, 20. I looked at him as a pot option, 158 break even. His projection is 44. Projected to lose 90,000, which is freaking wild. Eels, Cameron Tuolangi, obviously the man of the moment, 515k. Is he going to be starting this week? I don't know. Hopgood's obviously back. Iongi, 99, pot option. He's got to be like 2% owned. 3% owned, 640k, 36 break even. Looks very, very good as well. Pezzett, spoke about him. If you traded him out, I don't know what you're doing. I think 7,000 people traded him out. I don't know why. Minus 25 break even, 68% owned still. He's going to make cash, definitely. Should get up past 300k, I'd say, depending how he keeps it up. Moses, 65, didn't really fit. Did he actually do anything for that 65? Sorry, he had 2 assists, obviously kicked 6 goals, missed 2, had a few tackles there as well. Okay, still 65, 2 assists and goal kicking. Meh. Riley Smith, 51, not bad. And then it kind of drops off again as well. Russell, 41. And it kind of drops off. Fox, 21, and they scored 40 points. Yuck. Warriors and the Raiders, 40-6 to the Wars, baby. Leka Halasima, 105, obviously 80 minutes on the left edge for Capewell there. Very much a pot option. 6% owned? Wow. I find that super surprising considering he's coming off the bench. But 14 break even now, 500k. Just want to see how long Capewell is out before I consider him. He's obviously, I think he's a bit try dependent. I'm not sure what his base and power was like. Let me see. 35 tackles, 2 missed. Wow. And 6 tackle rates. So it's 33, 45 there. Okay, he had 65 in base and power. Okay, I take that back. That's a very good game by Leka. 402. It's nearly back-to-back games. He's turned up 588k. I think Mitch Barnett is probably back this week, if not next. Tanner Boyd. I just can't trade in Tanner Boyd. As soon as I trade him in, he's going to go 40. He got a 91. He's backed up his ton last week with a 91. Minus 41 break even. 1% owned. I've seen people trading him in this week. See how it goes. Obviously, it's a short price rise. Depending. Like, honestly, he could stay 7 and Metcalf goes 6. I just don't know what's going to happen. Aaron Clark, 80. Very good for owners. Lay Tower, 75. Bit of a pod play. Fisher Harris, 64. Laban, 48, played 65 minutes, I believe. Look, he's going to make the incy-wincy bit of cash, but if you're an owner, I'd just go look at one of these cheapies, 6% owned. Who else do we have? CNK, 41, RTS, 40. He'll be making 81 break-even to lose cash. Who else have we got? No one really relevant on there. For the Raiders, Simi Sasangi, pod player. I'm interested to see if he gets named at center again tomorrow, please. The Raiders' best, in my opinion. Minus 30 break even, so he's definitely making cash. He is just 3% owned. He looked very good, I thought, on the weekend. Noah Martin, we spoke about him, 66, minus 103 break even. Projected, if he scores 54 this week against the Doggies, he's going to make 127k. He's going to be 500k very, very soon. So I would highly advise getting in Noah Martin. He's already 46% owned. That's wild. Eastern Strange, 62. Did he have any assists in that? No, all in base. Well, 34 tackles, Eastern Strange. Holy shit, didn't even realize. Hudson Young, 58. Should 94 break even. Lose a bit of cash. People are going to get him in soon, I reckon. Who else have we got? Tarpening, 57. Weeks, 49 with the line break try. It's pretty ordinary. Tamale, 40. Sanders, 39. Now, people went Atkinson to Sanders last week. I get it. Minus 55 break even. But that 95, whatever he got, 94 he got last week, is going to be the first score to drop out. So his break even, if he goes 40 again against the Doggies, it's probably going to be back to like 20 or 30. He's really not going to make too much cash for you. And he's 40% owned. So I'm very intrigued what Ethan Sanders owns end up doing if he doesn't go big this week. Who else have we got? Seb Chris, Morgan Smithies, Mario Timoko, 27. He's obviously going to make 103 break even off the bench. Elite. Roosters and the Rabbitohs, 26-18. Start with the Roosters. DCE top scoring for the Roosters with 78. Break even 88. Bit of a pot option. 2% owned. Not someone I'd be considering getting in. I mean, I have Sam Walker, of course. But just feel like TC, even with that try, probably gets close to 50. So not bad, but not great. Tedesco, 67 with a try at the end as well. 115 break even against the Panthers this weekend. Please lose. Get under 800k. I reckon I am straight on as soon as possible. I'll be trying to have Walsh and Tedesco as soon as possible. Who else we got? Tupou, 59. Not bad. With a try, though. Wong, 57. Thought he was solid. Mark, 57 with a try as well. Toya, 54. Crichton, 53. Now his break even, I thought, is 85. And he's owned by 15%. Not sure what to do about Gus. 53 without really doing much. What did he do? He had 30 tackles, 3 missed. He had 2 tackle breaks. He had an offload in there as well. He went for 12 runs in the game. Obviously, the majority of those were over 8 meters, but I just want to see more runs. Like 12 runs just doesn't seem a whole lot from Gus Crichton. Sammy Walker, 51. Didn't feel like he did anything for that 51 there as well. Also had 18 points in goal kicking. Just a lot in base. Tried to run the ball a little bit, but I want to see some attacking stats, man. I want to see some attacking stats out of Sammy. Lindsay, 50. I don't think there's anyone else really relevant. Naf White, 46. Watson, 40. No one really relevant there. South, Latrell top scoring for South with 84. Break even is 0. Projected 75 against South. Tigers this weekend make 60k. If you don't have Latrell, I think you can wait a week. I think you just wait till after that buy in round 4 and just really prioritize getting the cheapies in, really getting the guys that are going to make cash. I get it. He's going to make 50 to 60k, but compared to other cheapies who are going to make 100 plus k, I just think there's other priorities. But if you didn't start with Latrell, I'm not sure why. AJ, 68 with 2 tries. It's pretty bloody ordinary. Fafita, 67, just churns it out. Kolomatangi, 66. Murray, 63, he's going to make cash there as well, 548k. Who else we have? Totola, Graham, 50 with a try. Gray, 46, not great. Who else we have? Talis Duncan, 36 off the bench. Walker, 34, minus 12 break even, but that 104 from round 1 will be the first to drop out. So, look, he'll get to 450k, but I'm very interested to see how his break even looks next week. I'm expecting a big bounce back from him. Who else have we got? No one really relevant on that list there. Tigers and the Cowboys. Tigers 44-16. 3 players from the Tigers turning up in this game. Adam Dewey, 115, same as Luai. Now, Dewey was 2% owned, very much a pod option for people at halfback 2, I think, if you decide to fade one of the cheapy halfbacks. Obviously has one more game before his price rise out in after round 4, so break even at 3, so you don't have to rush to get him in. Just interesting to see if you want to go Atkinson to Dewey, you want to try and obviously make similar cash, and you just want to have to sort of try and say 2 gun halves as quick as possible. I'm not quite sure. Obviously, again, that score will be the first one to come out of his rolling average in 2 weeks. Jerome Luai, 115. He's got to be like 3% owned, but he looked very fucking good. I'm very interested. Samuel Afinu, 109 there as well. 500k, -1 break even, just a 1% owned. KPP, 98 with 2 tries. We'll say 604k, very much a pot option. Skeleton, 94 off the bench. Holy dooly. Who else have we got? Terrell May, 78 in about 54 minutes as well. He was on like 45 after 20 minutes, which is incredible. It was absolutely fucked. 6% owned. Who else have we got here? Buller, 63. Macassini, 48, without really doing a whole lot. Let's have a look at Macassini's stats. Supercoach wise, because I feel like this is just all base, really. 7 in tackles, 4 tackle breaks, an offload. I had 10 runs over 8 meters, 6 under 8. And he had, what is TS? Try saver? Interesting. 3 points for that. Don't even know that. That's news to me. Macassini, 48. Feel like the absolute worst you could have gone. Coruscant, 40 if that's a pot option. And then no one. Oh, if you had Taylor May as a pot option, I really feel sorry for you. 7, and he's going to be out for quite a while now, I think. So I really do feel sorry if you started with Taylor May as a pot option. Don't obviously lose any cash, but you can just flick to someone. But it's just annoying if you waited, obviously, for the buy and then that happens. For the Cowboys, Braden Burns top scoring, 77 for the Cowboys. I say he will get named tomorrow, 634k. Tommy Chester, my boy, -68. If he gets named tomorrow, I'm praying to the heavens, Todd Payton. He decides to go Tom Chester and just leave Zach Laybutt to play Q Cup or something. I am just begging for it. -68 break even. If he scores 46, he's going to make 92k, and he's going to go make good cash a week after as well, because he's backed up his 62 last week with that 74. He will make good cash for me. I am praying. If he doesn't get named, I'm probably just going to hold him there on the bench in case like something else does happen, which wouldn't shock me. Praying he gets named. Praying. Purdue, 73. Not bad with a try there as well. Obviously, Tom Chester scored as well. Very popular option, Jackson Purdue. I'm just very intrigued to see what moves Todd Payton does make. If Cowboys lose or something this week, I'm very intrigued to see what happens with the Cowboys. Drinkwater, 58, obviously injured. A lot of people trading him out last week. 2 try assists there as well. Holy dooly. Break even of 171. I mean, he could go large against the Titans this week, but I'd say he's still hampered by that rib cartilage injury. Very fortunate not to start with Drinkwater. Lukey, 57, all in BP as well. I started with Leilua, who essentially is my Lukey, so I will not be looking to get in Lukey. Who else do we have? Reed Marnie, 41, just all base. I will not be looking to play Reed Marnie week to week. If you can try and get someone in with upside. Halangi, 41, did nothing. Who else have we got? No one really did in 31. He was very, very poor, I thought. Dragons and the Storm. Oh boy, I won't get to him just yet, but Dragons, Val Holmes, 2 tries for 94. Very much a gun CTW on offer, 83 break even. Doesn't matter because he's an absolute gun, I reckon. 6% owned. Someone I'll be looking to want to get in the near future, I think. I just have other priorities at the moment. Moses Sully, 75. Sewer, 75, not bad. Ryan Catchman, holy freaking doolies. 69 again. -65 break even. 235k. A lot will be bringing him this week. He's just 9% owned, but a lot will be looking to bring him this week for an easy cash generation. I'd say of about 150k at least. So it's going to be 400k in 2 weeks. Demi Cook backs up his 105 with a 62. Just got to watch out for Jacob Little, who I think is returning this week. My boy, Luciano, 62. Let's have a look at his stats. I'm absolutely frothing Luciano. 62. Had a try contribution. Upper 25 tackles, 3 tackle breaks in there. No offloads, 11 runs over 8 meters, 4 runs under 8 meters. Had an intercept. Did he have an intercept? I didn't even see that. Considered a penalty there as well. So we're probably looking at a good, 60 or so in base hit, which I'll definitely take with Luciano. I feel like he's going to score any minute. He's my Helium Lukey, but I just think he's on a contract year and he's just better in a better team as well, I want to say. Atkinson, 59. As I said, we spoke about him. Going to make some solid cash. Tui Pelotti, Moneyman, 55 with a try. Gartho, 53 with a try. Hamish Stewart plodding along 51. Wouldn't really look at Hamish Stewart. Toby Catchman. I'd probably be looking at trading out Toby Catchman. Looks like he's got a niggle injury as well. Pretty high break even as well as 70. Who else have we got? Kyle Flanagan. Setu 2, 27. Now, interesting one, Setu 2. It's going to make a little bit of cash. But if you're a Setu 2 owner, I'd be potentially just see how he goes in the next couple of weeks. Because he's not going to, unless he scores a try, he's not going to really make a whole lot of cash, which is probably a little bit on the disappointing side. We need him to score tries because that base is not going to cut it at 27. Need him doing a lot more than that. We saw Fire Mining get 44 or 47 on the weekend, not doing much either. So yeah, Setu 2 is an interesting one there. My Storm boys putting 4 tries between each other. Absolutely love to see it there. So it's 155. He is... People in a weird position. They probably have like Walsh, they probably have Turbo, and they probably have maybe like Keeney. I want to say, I'm just trying to think of anyone else. Very interesting situation. So I think Stewart is an absolute must-have. Absolute must-have. He's going to make so much cash. He's backed up his 116 with a 155. So that 155 is going to hang in there for 2 rounds. He scores 98 against the Broncos this week. He makes 168,000. He nearly goes to 700k. That is absolutely wild. He's going to be 800k in 2-3 weeks, which is freaking wild to think about. The only thing is, if he goes low, he's going to lose a whole bunch of cash. Harry Grant, 108. Very, very good once again. Pergut, 600k and has a minus break even at hooker. I'm very, very impressed. Will Warbrick, 93. Very good pot. Stefano, break even of 16. Going to make a bit of cash there as well. He's just looked really good. Let's see his stats from Stefano, because I thought he was absolutely everywhere in this game. 27 tackles, 0 miss, 9 tackle breaks for Stefano, 14 runs over 8 meters and 4 runs under 8 meters. 85 in base and power for Stefano. Obviously had a couple errors or penalties conceded. 85 in BP for Stefano. Holy dooly. Lasardi, 77, looking like an absolute must-have this week. 270k, minus 80 break-even. Going to make 100k, but it looks of it, and a whole lot more. Sean Bloor, he is okay, but he's playing New South Wales Cup this week just to get a bit more match fitness going, but I will be probably targeting Lasardi most likely. Hughes, 73 with a try, though. Munster 60, and them scoring 46, which is pretty ordinary. Had an assist in there as well, which is a bit meh. Chan 51. If you're an owner, you're probably in like 2 thoughts of what to do. He's going to make a little bit of cash. He's going to make 70k, but what does he do after that? Leo, fucking Moses Leo. Don't own Moses Leo, and he's on 13 or something with literally final play of the game. He scores this garbage try. Minus 69 break even. He's going to make cash this week. How much cash does he make after that? I'm not sure. His base was terrible on the weekend. Absolutely terrible. I'd say he's on like 13, coming literally the final seconds. Who else? We got Nick Meaney, 36, not doing much on the wing there. And then not one too much else relevant there. Panthers and the Sharkies. Nathan Cleary, I said my 4th ton of the week here. Nathan Cleary, 109, absolutely shattered out for free as well. Obviously did score a try in that 109 there as well. Had a couple try contributions, kicked 5 goals, 29 tackles for Cleary. Wow, forced dropout, tackle break, line break, 40-20. Had plenty of runs in there as well. A couple kick deads. Had an error in there as well, so could have been a whole lot higher. He was on about 105 with 20 minutes to go, so if they didn't put the Q in the rack, could have been a whole lot bigger. Bizza, 87, good bounce back from him. Makes cash this week, I'm not quite sure, but a very good option for players at 18% owned. IPAP, 79, got a late update this morning from 69 to 79, very freaking annoying. A guy that I looked at starting ended up going, so I had IPAP in there, and then that meant I had Blake Bradley as my double gun hooker. When I found that IPAP wasn't starting in round 1, I went to Reed Marnie, I think, and then because he was playing 80, and that meant I went to Gus Crichton because I had the funds. I now wish I just fucking kept what I was doing because I just don't like Reed Marnie. I just don't like Angus Crichton at the moment. Casey McLean, 76. Did he have a couple assists in there? Yeah, he had 1 assist. Well, it's pretty good stats off 1 assist. Tommy Jenkins and Milky Bar Kids, 76 with 2 tries. Who else we got? Dylan Edwards, 65. Isaiah Yost, 63. As I said, his break even. Yeah, 67 break even. He's not going to make cash, but he's not going to lose a whole lot of cash. He's just plotting his way to 60s. Blaze, 56 with a peach of an assist as well. Alamotti, 49. Did he do anything for that 49? No, he didn't. All base and power. Who else have we got on this list? No one really relevant. For the Sharkies, Sione Katoa, 72 with the try. Bit of a pot option. Jesse Colhoun, 69. Nice. For owners there, -8 break even now. 330k. That stays in there for a couple weeks as well. 37% owned. Very interesting to see what Jesse Colhoun owners do. How much cash he actually makes the next few. Does he get the 500k before McInnes gets back? I'm not sure. Nikora, 66, not bad. Brayley, 60, didn't do fucking anything as well for 60. Eero, 55, did nothing for his 55 there as well. He's got a massive break even though. Yeah, 123. Stone Treat, 55. AFB, 47, pretty bloody ordinary. Ramian didn't back up his big score last week, just had 43 this week. Nico, 41. Ramian's break even is 0. Hines break even is 64 despite 133 last week. Wow, shows how much can change. His break even will be huge next week. Absolutely huge. Who else have we got? Trindle, 22. For the people that traded in Pezzett to Trindle, look at yourself in the mirror and have a good hard look at it, because that was one of the worst trades I've ever seen. He is going to make a tiny bit of cash and he's going to have a huge break even next week. Absolutely huge. All right, heading on to the Sunday games. We've got Panthers and the Seagulls and the Knights. Knights 36-16 in this one. Manly were absolutely dog shit. Not too much to really talk about here. Turbo 88, and that's probably, he could have scored a whole lot more if he was in a better team. Just how this happened to be, Manly were the worst team probably of the week. That's pretty harsh saying that against the Cowboys. 88, and he scored a try, looked really good as well. Could have gone bigger. Ola 64 with a try, which is pretty disappointing. Paseka 48. This is what I expect from Paseka. 48, 40s to 50s consistently. He's just not going to make a whole lot of cash, I don't think, for you on the buy. Obviously, Manly this week. Who else have we got? Garrick 36. He's going to be making surely big, 136 break even. There's going to be a point in time where we need probably go get Ruben Garrick. I just don't know when. Simpkin 32 doesn't shock me there. Kohler 23 doesn't back up his ton. Look at that, not even going to have a good break even when he comes back. Lehigh 23, he's going to have a big break even. Yeah, 123. Wow. Saab 12, nice. Wow, that is huge. On to Newcastle. Dom Young backed up a 90 with another 90. -24 break even. Is going to make a bit of cash this week, which you absolutely love to see for owners. Very much a pot option at 2%. I'll talk about the other side in a sec. Raven Best 81 went good in Vegas there as well. 65 break even, 650k. Dylan Brown obviously injured, not really consideration. Trey Mooney, my boy, Trey Mooney 440k, -19 break even now. Gonna make a good amount of cash, probably about 60k this week. Trey Mooney potentially could be my go to because he's dual, maybe to a gun to RF who's fallen a bit. Maybe I can go to Terrell May potentially, depending on his minutes. Very much a few options I can look at with Trey Mooney. Dylan Lucas, 59, all BP as well. My boy, Greg Marsu, as I said, let's have a look at these stats, because I actually have not looked. So he actually scored a try with a line break as well. 3 tackle breaks, which is unusual for him. Didn't make a fucking tackle all game. Wow, obviously had a line break. 11 runs over 8 meters, 1 run under. Look, good runs, but 12 runs for Greg is very, very low. He usually gets close to 20-ish a game. Very interesting to see how he goes next week against the Wars in that one there. Very unfortunate for Kalen Ponga owners. I was looking at definitely getting him this week. I just had no idea who for, but saves me a trade and saves me nightmares. He was on 50. He was on 62, I think, when he got injured. Lost a line break, went down to 52. He got updated to 54. So obviously, easy trade out. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks now. Kalen Ponga. So definitely look at trading Kalen Ponga out. Who else we are? Frizzell 53, Saifidi 50, Gagai 50, McEwen. If he started with McEwen, I'd be looking at trading out probably down to one of the cheapies. Crossland 28 didn't back up his good score in Vegas. But yeah, that's about it for me. Let's talk quickly about trades. So I'm just gonna put my camera over here. So we'll see down here on the right side. Scroll down far enough so you can see. Trade it out. Let's have a look at the trade it out sort of tag. So at the moment, we have got number one trade out Callum Pong at 13%, which is pretty fair. A lot of people, I would definitely be doing that for Sewer. Tino, I'm very glad I didn't start with Tino. Flegler, again, didn't start with Flegler. Marnie, I feel like, unless you started with Cheese as well, I get it, but I just don't feel like it's necessary, especially not for me. I can just play Harry Grant. Sammy Walker, interesting one. I would pick he goes low against Panthers, but just feel like as soon as I trade Sammy Walker, he's just going to go bang, 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 and go berserk. Scott Drinkwater, I would probably look at trading out just loss of cash down to Sewer. That's like the, Drinkwater is going to go down to 700k. Sewer's going to go up to 700k. That's a complete turnaround considering the 300k difference. Angus Cryan, 610k. It's not like he scored bad, Gus. He's just, I just want to see, maybe I hold for one more week just to see how he goes against Penrith. Just very intrigued to see how he bounces back because it was his 200th game as well. Wasn't very pleased, I must say. Wasn't pleased. But maybe I just hold for one more week. What's he got? 85 breaking. Look. He's going to lose what, 20k? I can lose 20k. I'm fine with losing 20k when I've got a lot of players making cash. Cobbo's been disappointing. I didn't actually, excuse me. Didn't even do the last game. Dolphins and the Titans. Holy dooly. 18-14 Dolphins. Holy Dell. Pardon me. Finau Fuyaki, 102. He is looking very good. What's his break even? Minus 42. One of my very, very good mates started with Finau Fuyaki last year thinking he'd pop off, and it just didn't quite happen for him. Just went a year too early, my friend. I know you're watching. You just went a year too early, my friend. Love you, pal, though. Hammer, 83. He was absolutely everywhere. Also scored that try at the end there as well. Herbie, 78. Oh, my God. It's Herbie. I'm obviously not a Herbie owner, as you can see. I need to obviously move my camera back across. Excuse me. This is going absolutely swimmingly. Herbie, 78. I was a non-owner. I was closing my eyes whenever he had the ball. Honestly, I cop a 78. I would cop a 78 considering it's against the Titans all day. Mate, these fucking stats. All BP. Obviously had a forced dropout, but 11 tackles, 5 tackle breaks, forced dropout, 6 offloads, all to hand. 10 runs over 8 meters, 7 runs under 8 meters. So 27 points in runs. He had a try-saving tackle there as well. He had an error in there as well. Mate, 78. He hardly did anything. He just didn't really get even a good sniff at a try. For him to get 78, I was just mind blown. I need to try and get a Herbie in as quick as I can. I'll talk about my trade plans in a little bit. Who else we got? Avrilo 72, Gilbert 71, no one there. Cattell 48 with a garbage assist at the end. Who else we got? Sarko 41, he's going to lose a bit of cash. Cobbo 37, not really doing a whole lot. Legler 24, wow. I didn't even see that down there. For the Titans, high score at Fermont 63. Wow, shows how bad the Titans were. Keeney, 56. Look, he's going to make a little bit of cash this week, especially against the Cowboys, mate. If Jaden Campbell is back, I am honestly considering captaining Keanu Keeney again. I know it sounds crazy. The definition of insanity is doing something over and over again, but fuck. Like, it just looks so good. It just looks so good. He's so dynamic, I think. I love Keanu. I'm such a big fan of him. I'll see. I don't have a loop option. That's my only thing. Unless if I trade out my nut, I don't have a loop option. Aramahau, that's how they say his name. 55. He's going to make good cash this week as well if he retains his spot, hopefully. Cooper By, 54 with a try that even my grandmother could have scored, honestly. Who we got? Jojo Fafita, 52. I salute that 52 for marking Herbie all game. Who else got? Veros, 47. Brimson, 46. Tino, 45. Mate, I'm so glad I didn't start with Tino. He was one of my guys, like I said in a preview video to start this year. guys you want to start with. Tino was one of them. I was just thought he was a must-have. Mate, he's gone 50 or something in 45 years. Looked fucking ordinary. I would easily be trading him. His minutes are poor. Just no offloads, no nothing. Fine money, 44. Honestly, he finished the game on 57 and copped a massive downgrade, but he's going to be making cash. Who else have we got in this list? Yeah, no one important. All right, let's get back to where I was before. All right, we got through to Gus Cryan and Selwyn Cobbo. I'm probably going to hold Angus Cryan as a yo. Look, there's no reason to trade him out unless you definitely need these 3 cheapies and you really need them. It's an interesting one. Very, very interesting one. Trade-ins. Suafalogo makes sense. Absolute must-have in my opinion, depending on your fullback situation. Ryan Catchman. I'm interested to see that Ryan Catchman. I'm picking because Lasardi is already quite owned, but Ryan Catchman's second most traded in. I guess I have to get him potentially. Harry Grant. I just think he's a must-have. If Marnie's a hooker 1, I just think you get him in. Lasardi. I'll be looking to get in Lasardi this week, definitely for sure. Who else we got? Noah Martin already own. Again, I think he's absolute must-have. Going to make so much cash. It's so hard. If you're a guy that didn't start with Stewart, you didn't start with Harry Grant, you don't have Lasardi, maybe you got a Noah Martin last week, and you don't have Cleary, you don't have like Latrell. Very interesting week for guys like you. I'm very fortunate in a position where I have Sewer, I have Harry Grant, I have Noah Martin, I have Nathan Cleary. I have 4 of the top 6 traded in at the moment. So I'm very fortunate where I only have to look at Lasardi and Ryan Catchman potentially. And then I can actually look at the gun if I need to because there's cash to be made. So much cash to be made in my team at the moment. Tanner Boyd, that just looks like the biggest trap in the world. Even as a Wars fan, I love Tanner Boyd at the moment, but it just looks like the biggest trap. Latrell, I think you can wait till after the buy. Finian Fuyaki, honestly, he's looking pretty good. There's cheapies, and I've got Leilua there already. That's a bit sideways if I go Leilua to him. And Moses Leo. I don't think Moses Leo is a must-have. I think if you're going to have 4 cheapie CTWs, I think you can see if Tom Chester gets named tomorrow. If you don't own Tom Chester, if he is getting named, I'd be getting him in. Then I'd say most people have Makasini, most people have Fine Money, and most people have Setu 2 as well. I don't think Moses Leo is an absolute must-have. I think you can actually still get away with it and just see how he goes against the Broncos this week. For my team, let's have a look at the team. I said potential trade options. So obviously going to keep Grant. I am going to look at doing Marnie to Cheese, I think, in round 5. Even if Cheese gets named this week, it doesn't matter. He's not going to make cash. By round 4, Marnie to Cheese in round 5 for me, or Marnie to Brayley. I'm still undecided yet if I want to go up or if I want to go down. I feel like you'll want Grant and Brayley at the end though. So it's just, maybe I just go straight to the gun there if I can. Obviously keeping Haas, keeping Kolomatangi, keeping Mooney, keeping Arama Howell. Brighton, I think I'm going to hold. Yo, I think I'm... See, this is my problem. If I hold Crichton, I hold Yo, also holding Fafita, holding Leilua, holding Martin. Definitely means I have to trade out James Walsh, which I can just do straight to Lasardi, I think. Means I don't go Ryan Catchman, means I forgo one of the cheapies, which I think is okay because I've still got so many players making cash. Just means I don't have anyone to loop with this weekend, unless the only situation would be if a guy like Tom Chester does not get named and I have him there on the bench. There's the only situation, or maybe Arama Howell, but I think he does get named. Unless Teamless Tuesday throws up something spicy, I just don't have an actual like looping option. So I'm just gonna have to see my best option. At the moment, I think it's Nathan Cleary, but we'll get to it in a little bit. Obviously, keeping Cleary, keeping Atkinson, keeping Cody Walker, keeping Pezzett, keeping Latrell. Marzu, I'm looking at it, but I just want to see how he goes now. I just want to see him get more ball. I want to see. He's not going to lose a massive amount of cash. Very interesting one for me. Very, very interesting one. Makasini holding Chester. I'm going to hold no matter what, even if he doesn't get named tomorrow. I just feel like if Cowboys have a bad game, he's going to be named there in week 4. Brighton holding, Fine Money holding, Setu 2 holding for the moment. Fullbacks, Keeney and Falogo, definitely holding them. Sammy Walker is an interesting one. Sammy Walker is a very, very interesting one. Now, let's just throw some hypotheticals in it. Let's say I try out Sam Walker. Let's say I trade out James Walsh. That's 2 trades. And then that leaves me with 955k. That means I know I can't get fucking Herbie. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. So if I was to look at obviously getting in, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I'm just gonna make myself a bit smaller. All right, Lasati, 686k for my flex. Who does that leave? I can put in my flex. I can put literally anyone I want, right? Clear filters. Go by average. Not going to put that's just stupid. Let's just go by break evens. Let's just go at least, is it crazy to go Walker to Catchment? Is that absolutely absurd? It's just, who would my third trade be? I just don't know who would my third trade be. Like, everyone's making cash. The only thing is, if I trade out Crichton or Yo, there's no massive reason to trade them out. It's just more there's so much cash to be made. But I'm making so much cash like everywhere else. The only thing I'd look at is potentially, like, also I'm going to hang on. Let me swap out. Okay, that opens up a few more doors there because Lasati was in my flex. Let's just hypothetically say I trade out Margie. I don't really want to. Let's just say I get a little cheeky. Where is he? Herbie Farmworth. 472k. Move Herbie back there. And then let's say I can obviously move like Layla there. Then I can put Ryan Catchman in there. 236k in the bank. I've done Walker, Marju, and Walsh out. Or that means all my players are making cash, including even my FRF4. Lasati, Catchman, and Herbie. Now, is Herbie a must-have this week? Absolutely not. I've got the Sharkies. However, he's going to be on Ramian's side. I think he can give Ramian an absolute bath. And before you know it, everyone want Herbie. He could literally go huge this week. It's an interesting one. So that's my hypothetical at the moment. I've probably got to dig a little bit deeper. Just see what TLT throws at me tomorrow. Let's optimize this shit. Obviously, we got Grant not playing Marnie. Fuck that. I want to play Leilua. So, this is an interesting one. So let's just say, see, this is my problem. See, all the cheapies are doing really well, right? Like, depending let's just say I don't play Noah Martin. I want to play Leilua. I don't want to play Atkinson. I don't want to play Pezzett. I want to play Chester if he's named. I want to play Maxine, obviously, if he's named. By mining against Cowboys, you could play. I want to play Keeney as well. And then, like, you've got Fafita and Flex there. Oh, sorry, I can chuck the R on Keeney. How am I? Oh, there we go. I can actually, go me. Let's do Leilua. That's how the team is looking. I'm not going to captain Sewell. I'm probably going to captain Cleary at this stage here. Very good team. Grant, Haas, Kolomatangi, Mooney there playing, Crichton, Yo, Lasati, Leilua there as well. Let's just go by best value there. Got the three cheapies all making cash here on the bench. Cleary, Atkinson, Walker, Pezzett, Herbie, Latrell, Crichton, Chester, Makasini, Faimani, 2, Farloga, Kinney, and Fafita there in my flex as well. Very interesting. I'll leave it at there. Those are my hypotheticals. I will be editing out that absolute clusterfuck I had in the middle of the episode there for 1, Supercoach dying, and 2, that minute of absolute horror I had where I couldn't even get the camera on the screen going. But that'll do it for me, guys. Let me know what you think. How does your Supercoach week go? What's your rank? What's your score? Who are you looking at trading out? Rage trading out? Who are you looking at rage trading in? There's so much cash to be made. As I said, so much cash to be made this week. This is the week to get it right. Boost. I will be boosting. I think 100%. I just think try and get as many cashies as you can. Try and make as much cash as you can with it, still having a solid 18. But these cash cows this week, this year, they're playing fucking solid. So you can actually play them, I reckon, with confidence as well. But that'll do it for me, guys. That has been another episode of the Trade Room. I will see you Thursday morning for my round 3 preview and finalization of trades. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and cheers.